Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Coco, and I want to welcome you back to another episode of Kicking It with Coco. And this is episode 2. Today's episode, we will be discussing men who use sex toys. In the first episode, we discussed women who use sex toys. And if you missed it, you can go back over to that episode and check it out. Or you can wait until you get done listening to this one and head back over there then. A little disclaimer, really quick. Anything and everything that I talk about in every single one of my podcasts will be based on fact and opinion. The facts will come from some form of research that I've done, and the opinions will come from myself and my friends. Now, I have male friends and female friends, so that's how we'll be getting my opinions. And when I tell y'all that I talk to my friends, that's who I'm referring to, the men and the women friends that I have. Another thing, I am not pronoun conscious. I am so sorry if that offends you. I'm just not. I just stick to the traditional ones. He, she, his, hers, them, they, theirs, ours, you know where I'm going with this. I just stick with the basic pronouns, and that's just me. So if that's something that offends you, then you might want to stop listening now. Now is your chance to head for the hills and find something else to do or listen to. And I don't mean to say that in a rude way, but it is what it is. Now, getting into the episode, we're going to slide right on into this thing, and no pun intended. The sex toys that men are loving is going to be the topic of this episode. But before I get into those toys, I just want to say that there was a survey done this year. And according to the men that participated in the survey, 46% of them use sex toys and 41% of them use a vibrator. So, with that being said, the list of sex toys that men are loving right now and the percentages of those particular ones that are being used by men are also going to be given. So at the top of the list, we have anal toys. Anal toys come in at 46%. And that is actually the highest percentage of all the toys on the list. Yes, it comes in at the highest one, which is obviously why it's at the top. The second one is vibrators. Vibrators come in at 41%. Lube comes in at 39%. Dildos come in at 31%. Sex dolls come in at 28%. BDSM equipment comes in at 28%. Now, for those of y'all who don't know what BDSM equipment is, now I know everybody's probably like, girl, who don't know what that is? But, like I always say, there's somebody who is probably wondering, what is that? What is BDSM equipment? BDSM equipment, and this is not all of them, I'm just going to name a few, are things like gag balls, whips, handcuffs, blindfolds, paddles, things of that nature. Moving right along, love egg or eggs come in at 25%. Penis, vagina, and breast pumps come in at 22%. Cock rings, cock sleeves come in at 19%. And strap-ons come in at 11%. Now, love eggs. I know a lot of y'all are probably wondering what a love egg is. I know a lot of y'all are. Some of y'all might know, but I know a lot of y'all don't know, and I will get into that because it's one of the things on the list that I expanded on. The other thing on the list that I expanded on are anal toys. And I wanted to expand on anal toys because there are so many of my heterosexual men out there who are like, fuck no. You're not touching my ass. You ain't putting nothing in my ass. We don't play them games. Baby, no. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Okay? So on that note, I will say this for those of y'all who don't know, and a lot of you might, but there are men who don't know this. There are grown men who do not know that the male prostate is where your G-spot is located. So, in order for you to have the best orgasm you have ever had in your life, I don't care how bad Keisha down the block sucked your dick last night, this right here, your G-spot being hit, ain't nothing like it. Take it from a woman, okay, who has a difficult time having an orgasm through penetration alone because men don't always find my G-spot or the A-spot. Okay? But this is about y'all right now, so let's get back to y'all. I have heard and read from a lot of men that the best orgasm that they've ever had is when their prostate was reached, massaged. I heard that it is one of the best feelings you will ever have during sex. And I'm not doubting that because, again, that's where the G-spot for the man is located. And I'm wondering how many men even knew that they have a G-spot. Now, let's get into what types of anal toys there are. Now, I got this list from a website called bestblowjobmachines.com. Okay? Now, there were about 5 that they listed. I only went with the top 3 for the sake of the length of the podcast because, you know, I don't want to just be going on and on and on and on and on. I don't want this thing to be like 2 days long. So I had to just go with the first 3. Now, the first one is a prostate massager, or prostate massagers, I should say. And let me add this before I get into which ones are good to try. There are some benefits that may help with having your prostate massaged. And those benefits are, they may help with erectile dysfunction. So if there are any of you out there who are suffering from erectile dysfunction, you know, that might be something that could help you. But again, you might want to ask your doctor if that's even something that you could try to improve that. And it may help with painful ejaculation. Now, I didn't even know that that was a thing. I did not know that men could be in pain during ejaculation. And if you are experiencing that, you need to go to your doctor if you already haven't. You need to have that checked out. Okay. And these are just theories. Like they also say some of the theories, I should say that prostate massages can prevent inflammation of the prostate, and it can improve urine flow. Of course, more studies need to be done to back this information up, but so far, these are what some of the theories are. Now, the great thing about a prostate massager, y'all, is it does all the work for you. You don't have to do anything except for insert it. Now, the good ones are ergonomically designed to ensure that you have the right angle for the highest level of pleasure. So when you insert it, it's already on at the perfect angle for you. You don't have to do any adjusting. All you have to do is insert it. And of course, you know, there will be, I'm pretty sure, some type of instructions on how to insert it and what to do with it. But basically, the basics right here that I'm telling y'all, it's, you know, it just does all the work for you. And they come in a variety of sizes, styles, and stimulation options. So depending on what you're looking for, you would select the style and the size and the stimulation option that suits whatever needs you're trying to fill. The editor's pick for the prostate massager is the Lilo Hugo. And I believe I'm saying that right. It's Lelo space Hugo. And it massages the prostate and the perineum. It's medium size for all levels. So if you're just a beginner, or if you're, you know, you have spun the block a few times in this area, you know, then this would be good for you also. Now, while we're on the subject of the perineum, y'all, for those of y'all who don't know what that area is, it is the area that a lot of people call the gooch. And I just want to say this, y'all, please wash your perineum. And this is men and women. The perineum holds a lot of odor. Men and women. It holds so much odor. And I don't care how many showers and baths a day you take. If you're not washing that area every single time and washing it properly, it's going to stink. It's going to stink. If you want somebody, and most of us do, to put their face in the place, okay? Wash that. Wash it. Because don't nobody want to be down there trying to love on you and you ain't washed that. Because I'm gonna be real. If I smell any type of funk on you, especially below your waist, I'm out. It's a wrap. Call me motherfucking Reynolds because it's over. Okay? Moving right along. The next one is the Aneros Helix Sin. And that one is recommended for beginners. And the great thing about that one is that it's hands-free. You don't have to do anything but insert it. And it's a velvet touch silicone. I think the first one is silicone also. Now, velvet touch silicone means that it's very soft. It's just going to glide right on in, so you don't have to worry about any type of discomfort. But as with anything that you are inserting in yourself, be careful when you're doing it. Take your time so you don't injure yourself internally. Okay? Take your time. Now, the next one is called Rock Soft Big Boy, which is also good for beginners. It has an optional bullet vibrator with it, and it's made out of flexible medical grade silicone. So this one can move, or it's flexible. I mean, we all know what flexible means. I'm not finna explain that. Everybody should know what that means. That's something everybody should know. Now, number 2 on the anal toy list are butt plugs. Now, I don't want to assume everybody knows what butt plugs are. So, with that being said, I'm going to explain what butt plugs are. Butt plugs are exactly what a lot of you think it sounds like. You put it in your ass. It's a plug, you put it in. For those of you who watch porn, I know you've probably seen different like scenes with women who are getting like head, and they have this round thing flat against their ass, and that's because at the end of it is a plug that's inside of their ass, the butt plug. And what it's doing is it's giving that woman more sensation while she's getting head. And for a man, it's going to give him twice or 3 times, maybe 4 or 5 times, twice the orgasm that he would have if he were only getting head alone. So, I read and I've heard that if for the men, if you use a butt plug while you're getting head, you think you've had the best orgasm of your life. Once that prostate gets touched while you're getting head, ain't nothing gonna top that. Nothing. Now, like I said, I know some of y'all are like, no, we not finna do that. But for those of you who might be interested, that's something for you to try. Everything ain't for everybody, and I know that, but some things are for some people, and I know that too. Now, what happens also with the butt plug while you are having an orgasm is that the muscles in your butt start to contract around the butt plug, allowing for you to have a longer lasting orgasm. So not only are you going to have an over the top orgasm, it's going to last longer. So just think about that. Think about that. Number 3 are anal beads. Now, anal beads should be taken out during sex. You are not to leave the beads in while you're fucking. They are to be played with. You put the beads in and you take them out. You put the beads in and you take them out. Now, you can put them in right before sex, take them out, and do your thing. Handle your functions. But don't leave them in while you're fucking. It's not recommended. It's also not recommended to buy cheap sex toys, especially the ones that you're going to be putting inside of you. And this is for men and women. When you're going to look for sex toys, whether it's online or at some type of sex toy store, sex shop or something like that, get something of quality. Make sure you're getting quality material so that it's made out of quality material. It looks good, and if it looks great and it's extremely cheap, unless it's on sale, don't buy it. And avoid plastic anal beads, because I read that the plastic ones can fall apart while they're in your ass. That's not a trip to the ER that you want to make. You don't want to be like those folks on Untold Stories of the ER. And while we're talking about inserting things into our bodies for sexual gratification, make sure that whatever you're putting in yourselves is specifically designed for that purpose. You don't want to be, like I just said, like them folks on Untold Stories of the ER. And I know a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. They are the ones who have to go to the ER with these embarrassing ass stories because they've done something stupid to themselves. You don't want to be sticking shit up your ass that doesn't belong there. And I know for a lot of men, y'all are like, well, shit, don't nothing belong there. But I'm just saying, for those of you who want to go that route, don't put anything in your bodies that is not intended for sexual gratification, and don't put anything that is cheap in your body. Moving right along. Now, the anal beads, the editor's pick for that one is the Tantus Vibrating Progressive beads. And they are 4 beads. Now, the beads range from 0.75 inches to 1.75 inches rather. So they start out at 0.75 and they end at 1.75. So at the bottom, you have the smallest bead, and then at the top, that's where the biggest one is. And those are in diameter. That is how big they are in diameter. Now, the length of the beads themselves that are on the stem, or whatever you want to call that, that is 11 inches. And it's 11 inches so that it can reach the prostate and give you extreme satisfaction. So they made it 11 inches long, so you don't have any problem reaching that area. Now, if y'all hear any type of like paper or anything in the background, it's just my notepad because I had to write all this stuff down. So if you hear any extra noise, that's what that is. Now, these anal beads that the editor picked, they have a 3-speed waterproof vibe included. So you getting a lot here. You getting a lot in with these beads. A lot going on. They just ain't no regular beads. Now, the second thing that I wanted to expand on the list of sex toys for men is the love egg. And I had no idea what a love egg was. I had never heard of it. And like I always say, there's somebody who doesn't know what something is. And right now, with doing this episode, I'm one of those somebodies because I didn't know what a love egg is. Now I know. And I'm going to tell y'all what it is. A love egg is a masturbation toy for men. It is a hand job assistant for a man. So instead of just using your hand, you would use the egg also. Now, what happens with this egg is when you crack open the egg-shaped casing, you will find this soft white egg, and the egg stretches to the point where it can completely cover a 500 milliliter plastic bottle. So what you do is you take the egg, you put it on your dick, and you do what you do. So instead of having just your hand when you are masturbating, you put the egg on your dick, and it's soft and fleshy, and it has a twisted series of ridges to add to the pleasure, and you just gonna have a good time. Now, let me say this too. It is recommended that you only use your egg one time and throw it away. That is the recommendation. Now, you do what you want to do, but it's recommended that you use it once and you throw it in the garbage. Okay, y'all? So if you decide you want to get the love egg, and actually, when I looked up love egg, I kept seeing Tanga egg. So I finally clicked on one, and I believe it's Japanese. So if somebody says a love egg or a Tanga egg, that's what they're referring to. Now remember, if you decide this is something you want to purchase, and you purchase it and you use it, throw it in the garbage, y'all. Now, if you decide you don't want to throw it away, you don't want to get more than, if you decide you want to try one and you love the way it makes you feel and you want to use it again, go out and buy another one. Don't use that same egg again, y'all, because these folks are telling you to throw it away. Okay? And they have a reason why they're recommending it to you. But again, you do what you want to do. But I'm just telling you what's recommended. Now, that concludes the expansion list for the sex toys that I named. Now, I will say this. I am surprised that 46% of men use anal toys. I'm not even gonna lie, because, well, I shouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't be surprised, but I was. And that is because I'm thinking that not every man that is included in that 46% is homosexual. And there is nothing wrong with being homosexual. There's nothing wrong with homosexual sex. I've even watched some gay porn. I ain't gonna lie. I have. Because I just wanted to see for myself how it goes down. And I know porn is not reality. It's what it is. But for some men, gay men, that might be how they really get down. I don't know, because I've never seen it in real life. I just have seen it on porn. And it was quite interesting. Anyway, moving back to what I was saying, 46% of men use anal toys. That means 46% of these men know exactly how it feels to have their prostate massaged for sexual gratification. I really want to know, like, if there are any men that I know who have actually experienced that, and not the homosexual men. I want to know which one of my heterosexual male friends have actually experienced it. I want to know. I really want to know. Maybe that can be a topic for another episode. But moving right along, there was this show that I used to watch on Hulu, and I cannot even think of the name of it now. Oh, I hate when this happens. I hate when it's something that, and this, y'all, this is ridiculous, because this is something that I watched. I binged watched this show, and it was about 3 friends who worked at this magazine. One of the friends ended up coming out as being bisexual, and at one point she was dating this guy, and he wanted to have a conversation with her, and she was like, okay, well, what do you want to talk about? He wanted her to peg him, and she just did not, the look on her face was, she was completely shocked. She wasn't expecting that, and she thought about it. He told her to take some time to think about it. So she thought about it, and she ended up doing it. And I was just like, wow. I had never heard a man say anything like that. And I know it's only a show, but I am guessing that in real life there are men who enjoy that, because most shows now are based on things that really happen for real, like these type of shows specifically. And I just was like, wow. And she did it. She put on a strap on and she went to town, and he was loving it. He was loving it. So with that being said, is that something that any heterosexual men would be open to? It's not something that I would do for somebody that I was with, but then again, I've never been with a man who has ever asked me anything like that. And honestly, I would probably say no, because the strap on and all that just ain't my get down. Like, I don't want to put that on. I just have no desire to wear it. I really don't. Anything that I do sexually, I don't want to be the one doing any type of penetrating. That's just me. I'm not knocking other people who get into that. That's just something that I desire not to try. But on that note, I want to thank y'all for listening. Thank you for your time, beautiful people. And I will see y'all. We'll talk to y'all later on the next episode. Thank you for kicking it with Coco. I'm your girl Coco, and I'll see y'all around.